We want to welcome Tim Ballard to Morning in America and NewsNation. Tim, thank you so much for making the time. I watched your video. I was shocked. I want to ask about that. But first, a lot of news outlets forget that Sound of Freedom grossing nearly $90 million is huge. But the fact is, the movie has been in far fewer theaters than, say, Indiana Jones. I mean, is this a truly David and Goliath story?
Yeah, totally. I mean, I think on July 4th, we were in 2,000 less screens than Indiana Jones. Wow. They also had a whole weekend on us. Angel Studios, had the courage to put a movie out on a Monday, and still we beat Indiana Jones on that July 4th take. So it truly, it's resonating with the people, and that's the good news. The silent majority who's had enough of abusing children in the name of liberating them, in the name of whatever. Is waking up, and it's a good day for kids.
Yeah, well, congratulations on all the success. Tim, I saw the movie last week, and it made me so emotional. And I just thought to myself while I watched it, thank God for people like you, right? I mean, I stayed for the special message at the end. I bought tickets for other people. I was curious, how accurate was the portrayal of you, your family, your story? Were you pleased with the finished project? Was there anything you would have changed?
I was very pleased. Yes, it's we changed things. Of course, these are real kids, so things were changed in order to protect identities. But the bad guys are all real. The good guys are all real. Every kid you see is representing an actual child. A lot of the kids are going to be coming out. They're now young adults who were rescued in that October 2014 operation, and they're going to start telling their story. So there's also a documentary coming out, Angel Studios. It's called Triple Take, which is the documentary version of the film. So it's actually very, very real what happened, and we're excited that it's being used to shine a light.
Yeah, well, it was just such a profound, moving movie.
Everybody's saying it.
Everybody's saying it. I'm so glad it is out there. The other thing we did want to ask you about, we know that you're going to attend a screening hosted by President Trump tonight. Are you worried at all that politics might kind of muddle the film's message at all?
Oh, we're way past that. They've already made it the political. This issue's been politicized. But I worked for 10 years of my 12 years as a special agent. I was on the southern border, and we used that border to rescue people, to rescue children. We used border enforcement to rescue children. The United States is the #1 consumer of child sex material in the world. And so when you have tens of thousands of unaccompanied children being dropped off and lost into the belly of that, that's scary. And so when they decided to politicize border enforcement under the Trump administration, it was done. They already made it a political issue, and I wish it wasn't. It shouldn't be. I speak truth. If it lands on this side or that side of the aisle, I don't care. I speak truth about what rescues children. And so, I will go to whoever wants to host a screening. If President Biden wants to host a screening, President Biden, I ask you, host a screening, I'll come. I'll come to anyone who wants to host a screening. Anyone's invited to help rescue children. Yeah. I'm just going to where I'm being invited. And that's unfortunately, because it's been political.
You're trying to get it out no matter what the channel is, no matter what the message, but there are some in many media outlets who have vilified you. I've watched a ton of interviews with you and James Caviezel. You're the one who's lived this. You've been the one in the trenches, not Washington politicians, not media pundits. But there still have been a lot of detractors. I recall at the height of one of the big surges of people coming across our border illegally, that there was a facility in San Diego, I believe, during the pandemic, where we kept all of these unaccompanied minors, but we didn't know a lot about them. We didn't know where they went. There was word that some of them were being adopted into the foster care system. There was word that they were going to these host families, and yet a lot of the people coming over don't have host families. They know no one here. They're just coming over and saying, I want asylum. What is the government not being plain about when it comes to what is being done with these children, with these minors?
The #1 thing they're not being transparent about is the fact that zero investigative work, zero background checks, no DNA technology. The Biden administration canceled the rapid DNA technology program that was being implemented. They do nothing for these kids. Imagine if you found a child in San Diego, New York City, that child would be treated like a gem. That child would be protected. The first person who showed up and said, I'm the guardian, wouldn't receive that child. But that's exactly the treatment that this administration is giving to foreign children in the name of compassion. The only compassionate policy is border enforcement to de-incentivize these child trafficking networks that are using our policies and our taxpayer dollars to put children into the belly of the beast.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.